Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Alberto. I am going to present the subject description from Wikidata on sister projects and concerns about vandalism. I am actually from the Portuguese Wikipedia. I'm from Brazil too. And I'm going to talk about the subject because I'm not involved on that, but I like it because it's something that's very simple. And it's cool because sometimes things that's supposed to be very simple can be very problematic. So, but moving on. First, I think everyone already know what is Wikidata descriptions. We have descriptions on Wikidata, and these descriptions can be used in other projects. For example, we have this person named Goat. No one knows who he is, but it can be used, for example, on Wikidata, and then be used on Commons, and then be used on this search box. So, well, I have a timeline from where things started. So between 2014, they started to be used on Wikidata apps on mobile, Android, iOS. And then in 2015, they started to be used in search results. In 2016, it started to be used in the mobile web page as beta. In 2016, September, started to be used in every other Wikimedia website, except the top 6 Wikipedias. And January of 2017, they started to be used like almost everywhere. So here is an example of how it works. On the other projects, we have Wikimedia Commons that have the same description. We have the Wikipedia. This Wikipedia is the simple English Wikipedia that's working with the Wikidata description. And we have, for example, Wikicode that still uses the same thing. So everything starts smoothly. But then on the English Wikipedia, things start to get a little off the rails. So in March 2017, I find the first complaint about the Wikidata description, some complaints about the vandalism, and a lot of other complaints. So they start to talk a lot about that. And around September of 2017, and they start to implement the short desk magic word. It's just a magic word that you can use in the page to override the Wikidata description on the English Wikipedia page. And they start to populate this all over the places on the Wikipedia. And then in 2020, around March, they filed a request for turn off the Wikidata entirely on the English Wikipedia because they had just populated 2 million pages. And as today, they are populating around 4 million pages, a little more than 4 million pages already. So to summarize a little bit, we have the short description on the English Wikipedia, and we have the Wikidata descriptions. And these descriptions are not used because on the English Wikipedia, when you see the page, the articles, they don't have description. And some other wiki projects like Wikisource, Wikibooks, Wikinews, Wikiversity, and so on, they don't have the descriptions. And after that, that happened in English Wikipedia, some other wikis started to request the same thing. For example, around every year, someone asked the same thing. So the Malaysian Wikipedia asked it, and they were declined. The Australian Wikipedia got declined in 2019. 2020 TR Wikipedia got declined. In 2021, around April, the German Wikipedia, the Dutch Wikipedia, they asked it to. And it was implemented first, but then they were reverted, and then the ticket were declined. And now they have another wiki, is the Farsi Wikipedia, that requested to implement the short description too. And it's still open, but around abandoned. They don't have a progression about this. So right now, only the English Wikipedia have the magic word activated. And it is a problem. Well, yes, because we have the same information and the same wiki system in different places following different process. So it's like redundant, it's duplicated, and it's not good. We have like the thing that Wikidata are supposed to act as a central storage for the structured data of the Wikimedia sister projects, and it's something that go in the other direction. And it hinges the integration between products. I seen complaints about the translation tool because it's something that mess a little about, and it can serve as a precedent for other possible breaks. Like today, they're complaining about not using Wikidata with Wikidata descriptions. So I don't know. Later we can see other problems about the other things that come from Wikidata. So I'm going to pass through rapidly about the complaints that I see in one of those tickets, why they don't want to use Wikidata description. I'm going to check the first two right now. And Wikidata description are not visible on desktop, and are thus the quality is not easily observable there, and Wikidata has no effective vandalism control. About those two complaints, firstly, we have a script, and in Portuguese Wikipedia is a gadget. They can show on desktop the description from Wikidata that are only like native visible on the mobile version. They can see on desktop, and like the other complaint is like, I don't want to go to the Wikidata to edit a description. There is another gadget that they can use to edit a description directly on Wikipedia. They just open a pop-up that can be change information on Wikidata without having to go to Wikidata directly. And about that, we have the Readers Web team that are working on the desktop improvements. And I don't know if they are working on that, about do it native without get without scripts. But I think something that is interesting to see. And about vandalism control. It's possible to control vandalism on Wikidata. In this case, like, it's very simple to do. We have a lot of tools. I listed here 4: speed patrolling, Wikidata patrol dashboard. We have PR tools that is a very good tool to control vandalism, and we have Huggle, that a tool that almost everyone that work on vandalism uses. And yeah, you can run Huggle on Wikidata too. But
we've got less than 1 minute left. Sorry.
Okay, so the problem really is about the the amount of edits that are patrolled. So it still lacks a lot of users working on the patrol things, and a lot of edits are not being patrolled. So this is the main complaint. So I'm going to rush now because I have no time. Two possible solutions for this actually is I have two tickets. First is integrate Wikidata edits page histories on other wikis. Like if I change the description, that can be reflected on the article on the Wikipedia or other wiki. It was open in 2012. It got support in 2016 community wishlist survey, and this open is tagged as epic and just forgotten. And the other one is this other ticket that's specific to description of Wikidata. That is like very interesting. They start to work on these complaints and was open 2020 and has no progress since then. That's okay. So I'm sorry about the time, but that's it for right now.